Well, we're rolling, so...
Oh, dear. You gotta give me a heads up. How does everybody sound? Levels? Everything?
Everyone sounds great.
Good.
I was serious. We are rolling.
Well, I'm definitely going to cut all that out.
Whisper, whisper, secret, secret.
Okay. All
Wait,
right.
what is Epstein's Island? What are they doing on it right now? Because it's not his island anymore. Whose island was it?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, you can start the... Okay, I'm sorry.
No. It's. Well, we could talk about this. I think the kids have grown up and taken over.
They took over. It's Lord of the Flies over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of kids in cages, and
no.
and some of them got out of the cages, and now they've taken over an island. I think it worked out well for them.
That'd be a pretty dope island.
Mm-hmm. Just an island full of kids from sexual assault. Just now these kids, they got a sense of humor. I'll tell you that. But okay, well, Eric, you're awfully quiet.
What's up? You guys were talking about one of the topics. I liked it.
I thought you chimed. The more you let me go on talking about kids, the more of a pedophile. You gotta cut me off at some point.
I think I've started every podcast I've done recently with pedophilia, and that is my fault. That's on me. I apologize.
Well, side topic. Did people like go in the comments and like, oh, she's a pedophile? She's 100% a pedophile?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well,
I do have a lot of jokes about it, though.
Mm-hmm. It did happen to Raj, though.
It did happen to you?
Yeah.
I guess something about this screams.
You don't have a pedophile face at all.
Thank you. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me in a long time.
Even a little bit.
But yeah, we were talking about TikTok and how like my feed is just full of like 16-year-olds just shaking their asses. And then Eric was like, but my feed doesn't look like that. I was like, no, you can't say that shit. You gotta agree with me.
Go to your Instagram Explore page right now.
Oh my
I'll confirm
God,
whether you are or not. This is the most vulnerable thing anyone's ever. It really is.
I haven't even shown my lady this.
Somebody they passed me their phone to put in my Instagram, and it was on their Explore page, and I was like, oh, buddy, this couldn't have been more of like a diary entry of your deepest desires. It was just like oily tits, like huge, massive. This guy liked like the ones that are like medically enhanced in a way that where the person is sick in the head and just really can't figure out
what's wrong with him.
Yeah, it's just so big.
Yeah.
All of his feed was that.
I can beat you. I mean, mine's pretty normal. You can look at it. It's just a lot of
a lot of butts.
Yeah, a lot of tits and ass.
That's good butt there.
Breastfeeding, that's a new thing.
Breastfeeding.
I never even looked
they
that
like
up.
to throw things in there to be like, well, what about this? And you're like, well, I'm going to click on it because it's weird.
Yeah, and I'm not going to not look at it. Yeah.
They get me with weird stuff. I tried to make mine all Hyraxes once, those little rock dassy creatures. And if you only like those posts for about 2 months and you ignore everything else, you'll get pretty close.
Oh, nice.
You can get to about, here's mine. You can get to about every square except for the bottom right will always be a butt.
Oh, right. Hey, not too far off from mine. I mean, you got
Luigi
there.
Luigi.
Luigi. And then some what is this? Some makeup stuff or...
Yeah, they throw the weird makeup ones in there.
Yeah, this is a really weird one. Her face is covered in saran wrap. And I don't know, what's the point of this? She's putting all these creams on and her face is covered in saran wrap.
Just to get you to click on it. It has no value, and I do click on them. So they know me.
The algorithm, they get you.
Yep.
But no, it's funny. I was somebody left their phone open and I took a look at their For You page and it was all hot, like super hot amputees.
That's awesome. That's so specific.
Yeah, it's
they have a fetish for that then probably. Yeah.
Hardcore. And the crazy thing is
Who was it?
I'll tell you. You know Matt Backus?
No way.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
I used to live with him.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll clip this out and we'll collab with him as well.
Does he want to be on episode 6 or?
I'm sure he'll do it. But yeah, his feed is just all amputees, and we talked about this for maybe 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden my feed was just all amputees. And, yeah, it's and
they're like
jerked
viruses.
off to it. Yeah, but
that's hilarious.
Yeah. We were at a show the other day, and I mentioned to somebody that I was producing Raj's podcast, and there was another comedian there, and he was like, "Oh, take down my number," and I took my phone out, and I went to his Instagram to follow him or whatever, and my whole explore page was looking crazy, and then Raj, of course, called me out and then showed everyone's. It's like, what's this here?
Yeah.
Now I'm surrounded by.
Who's a pedophile now?
I'm surrounded by 5 comedians, and they're all staring at my explore page.
It's so. I would rather be naked in front of fucking. I would rather they see my asshole than
Just a full blown hole.
just
All
a picture
hole.
of my asshole. Then I'm
Yeah.
like, whoops, I had this in my phone. Rather than that explore page is damaging.
That's really damaging. Yeah, it's true. There's probably a bit in there about how you'd rather be naked than have somebody see your FYP.
I tried to write some stuff about it.
Yeah?
People don't know what the explore page is.
Really? But
It's we're very online as comics. I think there's so many things that I'll go on stage and be like this, and there's like a 52-year-old woman who's like, I'm lost. You got to do stuff about that. I mean, yeah, maybe that's just like front-facing content. I don't know.
That's true. It's true. But I feel like, because like I have an uncle, and he thinks he knows how to use Instagram.
Yeah.
And when I see his FYP, I'm like, he does know how to use Instagram.
Yeah.
Like all the shit that's on there. And, but he probably doesn't get the humor behind it. That's true.
Yeah. Or like know what it's called or how to find it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. He did look a little embarrassed, but I don't think he realized the algorithm was showing him these things.
Yeah.
He was just like, oh, Instagram is just like
Yeah,
this.
this is what Instagram is for everybody. Yeah, that's the problem. Everyone thinks it's exactly tailored to everybody, and everyone's seeing the same stuff.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Not even close. But the good old butthole. That's where it's at.
Yeah.
It's just.
I said the word, now it's going to be all things that look like a butthole but aren't, because you can't actually put that on there. And then you click on the little fucking square because you're like, who would put a butthole on here? And they're like, it's the top of an apple without the stem. And
It's
you're
a
like,
lamp. It's.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tricky.
Yeah, that is pretty tricky. Sorry, we started talking about buttholes and then I got sidetracked. I was gonna organically flow into something, but then buttholes. It just, Eric,
What's
get
up?
me back on track
We
here,
were
baby.
we were talking about you being a pedophile from TikTok.
Yes, Epstein's Island.
I guess I could see you as a pedophile.
Thanks, Carmen. Wow, you retracted on that first statement really quickly.
I'm trying to see it, and I guess I could see the vision.
Yeah, I'm the opposite of a pedophile. I hate kids. Like, me and a pedophile would never get along.
Yeah.
Because I can't stand children.
Yeah,
So
they're
what
so
do you call that
annoying.
person? Just disgruntled, old, boomer?
A pedo. Yeah. Yeah. What's the? Yeah.
Yeah, Eric. Well, what's the opposite of a pedophile?
Give me 1 sec. I'll research that right now.
Thank you.
Yeah,
On your browser, please don't go on incognito.
An oldophile.
Yeah, can't stand children. Not a fan. I mean, I got a niece and a nephew. They're like 4 and 3. They're cute.
Yeah.
They're fun.
Yeah.
But I love the ability to hand them back to my brother.
The best.
Yeah, it's
As soon as
great.
they start melting down, you just sort of gently
This is all you.
shove them away. Yeah.
You asked for this. This is all you. Yeah. You got any kids in your family?
I have 4 nieces and nephews, ranging from age 18 down to 7.
Oh, nice. What's that like? What's hanging out with an 18-year-old like versus hanging out with a 7-year-old like?
Oh man, that 7-year-old. She still wants to hang out with me, so she is, man, Gen Alpha
Is that the one
wild.
after Gen Z?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
They were raised on Zoom and they have really weird social skills, or
COVID
at least she
kids.
did. Like in a way, no, I mean she's like unfiltered.
Wow.
She'll just go up to you and be like, "You have a stupid face." And you should die. You're like,
Whoa.
oh my God, bitch, what?
That's crazy. If a kid
Yeah.
said that to me, I'd probably knock it out.
I would laugh.
Oh.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
And then 18, she's just sort of a teenager, like sleepy. They just kind of like, they're like ghosts, They just sort of like haunt a room for a minute and then like disappear.
Without even knowing.
Yeah.
They just fade away.
Yeah. She's
Okay.
awesome. I want her to come to New York City and visit me, but I don't know. I think they've all just been in Vermont the whole time. They don't have money to travel, so
Right.
they're, I think, pretty freaked out by the idea of getting on a train. I don't
And
know.
coming to the big city. Yeah. So speaking of which, you're from Vermont, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And when did you move to New York?
When? 10 years and 4 months ago.
So you're officially 4 months a New Yorker.
Yeah, I was wondering when I felt like it kept like getting further away from me. Like the metric kept changing and they kept making it harder.
Oh, did they make it harder? Because the last I've ever heard is you got to be here for 10 years.
Is it 10?
Yeah.
Is it? Eric, is it 10?
I've been told that if you're not born here, you're just
that's what I've
not
been told too.
a New Yorker at all.
No,
Yeah.
that's the thing I just saw on Hot
But like
Take.
a
That's
New Yorker
bullshit.
versus
Yeah.
from New York.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the different.
I saw it on Hot Take.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's fucking dumb. I think a New Yorker is more New York than someone from New York.
Oh, I like that take.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you've put the time in to be a New Yorker, right?
Yeah.
You've gone through the grind. You've had a homeless person shit on you, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Whereas if you're born in New York, it doesn't mean anything because you could have moved to Ohio when you were 4. Like, that means nothing.
And they can't drive or anything. They can't leave New York. They don't really have the choice.
Exactly.
What are they going to do? I feel like it's like the reverse. Like if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. It's like if you started in New York, though, you're not going to make it in Oklahoma.
No, I don't.
It'd be so upsetting.
I 100% agree.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention you won't be able to get out of the city to get to Oklahoma.
Yeah, how would
Right.
you? How'd you get there? So you could take an Uber to the airport, but that's about it.
Well, besides that, just the vicious cycle of New York. At least,
Yeah.
correct
It
me
costs too much to live here.
It costs too much to live here, but then you get stuck in the cycle where you have to keep doing gigs to pay your bills, but then you never have any savings to save up to get out of here. So
Yep.
it's like,
Yep.
but that's just me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
No, that's why it's so populated. Because everyone gets stuck here and they can't leave.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
I was looking it up yesterday. The median salary for New York is like $65,000.
The what is who now what?
The median salary in New York, it's about 65,000.
It's not even that good.
Doesn't even make any sense.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm below that, but that is not livable.
Well, 65 is pretty low in a city where the average cost to live is, I think,
65,000 a year.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
more than 65. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's. But I think at the end of the day, the grind. And I know there was a huge backlash against grind culture a few years ago. I don't know if you remember
Yeah.
that big article.
I did notice that. Yeah.
But I feel like
Man,
the
because I
grind.
went all in on grind culture,
I
so that was a
know.
pretty big blow to me.
Yeah.
Like, actually, you can just sit on your couch and make a front-facing video and have a better career than I do in about 10 days. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I went to so many open mics.
I know.
Counts for nothing.
You were actually, because I think we started around the same time. I started like, 12 years ago?
Yeah, about,
Yeah.
13, 14.
Mhm.
But like in Vermont at first, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think whenever I was early on in the scene, I don't think we actually really, I think maybe we did 1 or 2 shows together. We crossed paths a lot, but I don't think we ever like really hung out or anything.
The scene
Yeah.
is so big.
That scene's
that you're
too
just
big.
like,
You
what?
can't-
You've been here the whole time?
Exactly.
There's so many people that I have never been on a show with, and we've been here the whole time together, and we both
Yeah.
are up every single night. It's like, how?
How? Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
But I remember when the article came out and they were talking about grind culture. You and I think Usama and like 3 or 4 comics immediately came to my head. I was like, yeah, I was
Oh,
like,
thanks.
I was like, if I can't keep up with these people, I'm never gonna make it.
And it's like, I wasted so much time. I used to be on the same show with Usama like every day we went on like a streak one time where we're like, you again?
Yeah. And I would always compare myself to you guys because I lived in central Pennsylvania for a few years during, while I was still doing comedy. And I was getting up once a week.
Yeah.
And I was like, these guys are gonna give up 4 times a night. Like, what's once a week gonna do?
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. But at the end of the day, you're doing well, I'm doing well, and I think there is something to be said about like maybe doing too much doesn't really make that much of a difference. I don't know. Yeah.
And the pandemic really put a halt to a lot of the connections that I had made through those open mics because all the people quit. So many people quit.
Right.
So I still had like the people that I had that still did it. But even they were like burnt out from doing shows. So it was like, oh, I got to find another way to get on stage. Do I regret it? I don't know. Oh,
I don't think you regret it.
It helped a lot though. I need more time on stage than other people do because I get anxious. I have panic attacks. I get anxiety on stage. So just being on stage and getting used to that was a big part of it for me.
For sure. Do you feel like if you go, X amount of time without getting on stage, you kind of get rusty again?
Yes and no, actually. I thought that it would be, but one time I took a month off, and then I came back and just immediately felt like refreshed and ready to go and calm.
Yeah.
So really weirdly.
Yeah. So
Sometimes I'll take a day off, and then the next day I'm like, what are words? Have I ever been funny in my life?
I know it's. I don't think it's a you problem though. I think it's the audience problem. You just happen to have a really good, or you just happen to have a bad audience. When you took that one day off, as opposed to when you probably had a great audience when you took that 1 month off.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a you problem, but yeah, it does get you questioning, right?
Yeah.
If you have like a bad set, you're like, shit, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah. Do you do that thing where I always feel like I'm only as good as my last set? So sometimes I'm like, I am amazing. I'm just a second away from just really making it, and then I'll have like a bad show, and I'm like, I'm thinking about quitting seriously.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, I'm bad at this, and everyone has been kidding the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And they're fucking with me, and nobody thinks I'm funny. Ooh, that like swing up and down.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Like I remember I did a weekend at the Funny Bone in Albany. I was opening up for Drew Lynch. I did a weekend, and I had like 5 or 6 nights of killer sets, great sets, and I was like, I'm fucking amazing. Drew doesn't even know who the hell he's got opening for him. Next year it's gonna be me headlining.
Yeah.
And then I come back and I go to QED, and I just bombed so hard. And then the whole time I'm like, why did I do this to myself? Why did I come here? I could have just ridden this high until the next weekend or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, then that night I was like, there's no other field in the world. There's no other industry in the world where you feel this high one day and then this low the next.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's the point of doing this? Like, am I ever going to make it? This is so stupid.
Yeah. How does anyone do this without being on like mood stabilizers? I don't understand.
Well, most of us are.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, I went on Zoloft. I had to.
I never did. But,
so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's you have to keep this stuff in check because the stage will fuck you up. But yeah.
Living the dream.
Look at us.
Well,
making it.
I just saw Raj. We went to Natan's show.
Oh, Natan Badalov.
Oh, what show?
Natan. Sorry, go ahead.
Of what kind of show? No, Natan Badalov is his name. Do you know Natan?
No.
He used to go by Nathan Badalov.
Okay. Oh, yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But now he actually tells people his real
white
name.
Version of
But yeah, you were saying?
I was just saying, we went to Raj's Holy Grenade show and
Holy Hand Grenade, which I think you've done.
Huh? What?
Well,
I'm hard of hearing, so I'm also like trying to piece it together.
We gotta get the studio monitors for the guests. That's
just
okay.
Literally, it's just a me problem. I have terrible hearing.
No, me too. I talked about it in the last pod, but I had eardrum reconstruction, so I was deaf until I was like 32.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, not fully deaf, but very deaf.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Yeah.
But Holy Hand Grenade, my show in Brooklyn. You've done that. I'm pretty sure we've had you on it.
I think so.
And Industry City in Sunset Park?
Maybe. That's so far away.
Okay.
You are here in Astoria and in Sunset Park?
I mean, once a month.
That's true.
It's a 45-minute subway.
Yeah.
It's not horrible. Yeah. But
like right now? Idiot.
No, stop it. But yeah, so yeah, Eric. Yeah.
Sorry. Make a long story short, it was funny to see the juxtaposition between his show where he, there's a lot of people there and he did well, and then you go to Natan's show and he did well, but there was only like 8 people in the room, so it just seemed like why did you even leave your house to do this kind of thing?
It's all smoke and mirrors, dude. I
Well,
watched Bill Burr bomb. Who's the biggest person you've seen bomb?
Ooh, the biggest person I've seen bomb?
And how good does that feel to watch them bomb?
Oh,
Because
it
you're
feels
like,
amazing.
you're human.
Yeah.
It's not always me. Hannibal Buress is a fun one to watch bomb.
Really?
Or like meltdown, I should say.
Real life, or
This was such a long time ago.
or on the internet?
Real life. He was at the Knitting Factory.
And you saw him bomb?
Yeah, I mean, he stopped in it felt like just to have like a 25-minute meltdown.
Yeah.
But it felt like the comics in the back were like, oh, this is so good to hear that like this guy is so successful and funny. And here he is just almost on purpose, not being funny and really just like breaking down why it sucks sometimes. And we were like, it felt very validating.
He was breaking down on stage.
On stage.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was nice.
I mean, I've seen Norman bomb quite a few times. Yeah.
That is nice too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's or watching Pierce bomb, but it's you're like, you're human and all your success, but like, it's not always us, man. It's the audience.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm weaning off a cold here, but but yeah, no, it's funny because like, and I'm sure like with Hannibal and Bill Burr, they kind of appreciate a bomb every now and then. You know, it kind of keeps them on their toes and like, hey, maybe, you know, regardless of who I am and where I am in status, I still got to work on this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Norman, I've and don't quote me on this, but I feel like he loves bombing. Like he loves like trying out new jokes and and testing out and seeing if it hits and if it doesn't hit.
Yeah.
Early when I used to open for him, he would tell me that I would have to do a new joke on every show.
Ooh.
And if I don't do a joke, then he'll use somebody else. Yeah. But he's like, you got to do a new joke. I don't even care if it bombs, but you got to do a new joke.
Yeah.
So that kind of helped me break out of like sticking with the tried and tested for every single show. Yeah. Yeah.
Does that mean you have to say something for the first time every single show, or can it be like a new joke that you're like, let's call them up and see what the and I feel like a new line is definitely, you can definitely do that too. Yeah. And that counts as a new thing.
True. But I also
you're taking a risk at all.
Yeah, I think it just meant take a risk. But I also don't think he ever watched my set, so it didn't really matter. But but yeah, it is very validating to see people that you looked up to or you know you aspire to be still grinding.
That's New York City too. There's no lack of bombs here.
Yeah.
Places to bomb.
Yeah. I no, and it's so true that you bring that up because like when you live in like Vermont or if you live in Pennsylvania and when these big guys come in once in a while, they're already bringing their polished shit. You're rarely going to see them bomb outside of New York. Yeah. So that's that makes it part of the experience of being a comic here. Yeah. It's a level playing field. Yeah.
We love it with our $65,000 a year.
Yeah. Not a level playing field economically, but by the way, on my way over here, I was looking up your Instagram. I saw you did like there was a clip with you and Usama and another comic, and you were reading some erotica, but like as an old lady. Yeah. That was so funny.
Thanks.
Yeah. How did that even come about? Is that a thing you do? Is that like a character?
That is me and my boyfriend started a podcast, In Cahoots Podcast, and we started inviting guests recently, and we were like, we need games for them to do, and I have all these like really stupid like books, like erotica books and stuff like that, and I was like, we should just have people do stupid voices. Like at least the people who can do voices, give them the opportunity to do something, and people who can't do voices, because that's even more fun.
Wow, that's really funny. That's crazy.
Can you do any voices?
Yeah. I could do an Indian guy. You don't want to hear an Indian guy reading erotica. And then she pulled my pants down and started sucking. It just doesn't sound good. It's just there's a reason why the Indian accent is not sexy. But yeah, Eric, what do you got? Ecuadorian? No, wait, you're Italian. I keep forgetting.
It's all right.
All right.
I got nothing.
Okay. But yeah, so it's you released a special recently, Super Batch?
Yeah, Sweet
Super Batch. Sweet Batch.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the most difficult name to remember. It truly is. But I couldn't think of any other title for it, and I tried for months to think of anything else, and I was like, this is the only thing that works.
Sweet Batch.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be my name if I was gay. Sweet Batch. Yeah.
If people were like, sweet bitch, I'm like, I wish that would make more sense. But
I thought bitch. I thought it was like a play on, like fratty girl.
Yeah.
Or no, sorority girl. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, that came out in September. How's that doing? Pretty good.
It's doing really well for what it is. I had no subscribers on my YouTube. I had like 30. Right. Now I think I'm up to like 400 and something, but it got like 100 and it's at like 100 and I'm like, I think it's at, I know exactly what it's at. It's at like 167.4 thousand views.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Just with like word of mouth and stuff. So I'm really happy with that. Yeah.
Now, how long did it take you? Is that your first special?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 12 years in the making or 13 years in
Yeah,
the making?
should have put it out before, but then like the pandemic, and then it was all pandemic material for 2 years straight.
Yeah.
And then I ditched like 2 hours worth of material because nobody wants to hear a COVID joke anymore.
No, it's done.
I had so much stuff.
I know.
I should have just put it out like Josh Johnson, but I don't know how to do that.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that was like 14 years in the making.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's an hour? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so now you put the special out. Do you feel like it helped you career-wise? Are you booking weekends and stuff? Is it helping you get to...
I think it didn't actually.
Really?
I don't think anything except for followers maybe matters now. I hate saying that, and I hope that's not true. I get everything that I've ever gotten through comedians, and more specifically comedians that I've already met, like through festivals or just on the road, and occasionally from word of mouth. Like if somebody's like, hey, who should I book for this?
Right.
And that's like it. I send a lot of cold emails. I started doing that in the last year. And for every 1,000, I probably get 0 responses, I would say, on average.
Wow.
And so I just harass people a lot on emails. But yeah, I mean, I'm on the road more, just more of the same gigs that I used to have in like 2019. This is so depressing. I'm sorry.
Right. Well, if you want to switch courses, we can. We totally
But
can.
it's like the reality of it.
Yeah.
And I'm really not like unhappy with my career at all.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're doing great. I mean, at least to me, I think it feels like you're killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I know
it
in
doesn't
our
appear
own...
that way.
I-
Yeah.
but
That's
in our
true.
own heads, we're never doing as good as we think
That's
we are.
true.
Yeah.
And I can be a little pessimistic with stuff. But yeah, I'm super happy.
Good. That's...
You
So
seem
happy, I
it.
swear. No, it's going well. I think.
Okay,
I don't know.
good.
It feels
And
fine.
Like I
have
said, to me, it looks like it's going
Yeah.
great. And for the 4 people that watch this, I don't
Hey.
think of the question to eat.
We have 16 subscribers.
Hell
We got
yeah.
16. We're killing it, baby. But no, it's so true. Like I don't know if you think the same way, but like even if I'm doing like a theater, you know, if I'm about to go up at a theater, the whole time I'm just like, this sucks. I don't want to be here. I want to be the headliner.
Yeah.
I want to be on TV, or I want to be this. It's nothing
Yeah.
is ever enough.
That's true. It'll never will be. So it is kind of like however much happy you are now. That was a sentence. That'll just be it forever. Yeah. So I'm very content.
Yeah. That is one thing I did have to struggle with, was finding
Yeah.
contentment in what I have.
Yeah.
And or what I've achieved or accomplished and what I've done. Not trying to find contentment in what I want to do.
So easy to compare to just like those like minority of people that are just doing so well. And you're like, oh, why not me with that though?
Yeah.
There's every day there's a new comedian that I've never heard of who's killing it.
Yeah.
Killing it.
And they probably suck.
I know. I look at their clips. Some of them are good. Most of them are bad. But like, yeah, I'm like 142,000 followers, and you posted 3 clips. I post 3 clips a week.
Yeah.
And I have every little boop. You know, I get like 100 followers every couple weeks. It's excruciating.
Hey, see, that's more than I get.
It's like it's cumulative too. Once you get more and more as you get more. But man, that build.
Yeah, the build sucks. It's but it's nice once it starts going. It's like a snowball effect. It's
You need like so many viral clips though too.
I know. But
It's not just one anymore. You need 7 or 8, I would say, to make 100K
Yeah, and that's the thing.
followers, not money.
Well, hopefully. But like when you go to these clubs and stuff, and you'll see like this Instagram or TikTok person on stage. Like I don't know about you, but it just drives me absolutely crazy.
They're so bad.
They're
Yeah.
so bad, and yet they're working the Stand or West Side Comedy Club, or you know they're on stage at the prime spot Friday night, Saturday night, just because they can fill those seats.
Can they though?
That's
I always wonder. I'm like, how many people are coming to see this like viral TikTok person?
I feel like they fill the seats, but the people that go see them, don't realize that stand-up is different than saying bada bing, bada boom throughout New York City. Not to name names, but
Yeah.
Drop it like it's hot, baby.
Lil Mo.
Mo.
That's okay. Never mind.
Okay. Well, no, but continue. I don't know who Lil Mo is.
It's all right.
That could just be a testament to how old I am. I don't know who these new TikTok Lil Mo people are.
No, me neither. I mean, we had the news stories that you sent. I was like, I had to look up who Chapel Roan is. I'm sorry. But not Babyface. Babyface is 65 years old.
He's 65?
I know, but he still has a baby face.
No, that's true. That black don't crack. But, yeah, well, sorry. What about Lil Mo?
Oh, nothing. We were just talking about TikTokers who got big doing TikToks, and then they go, "Oh, my videos are funny." The gradual move is to go on stage.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're funny or not, but normally you go to these shows and.
Which is weird because you don't make money on stage. Why would they want to shift to the less, like, money-making thing? Unless they can sell out theaters on the road.
Maybe they're trying to go for that Matt Rife route,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, I definitely, you got a touch thing. It's definitely OCD or...
It's got this plant that you have, it has a real sandpapery way about it.
Well, there is a broken leaf on the bottom if you just want to hold that. There's a broken leaf down below. On the bottom. If you just want to grab that, and that's yours.
Just hold that for the rest of the pod?
Will this be distracting?
Nope.
No.
We'll put it in the thumbnail. Sorry, Rush.
Shouldn't have told me about it.
It's okay.
Isn't that nice?
It is very nice. It is. Thank you. This was actually what I spoke to Eric about before we got here. I was like, at some point, I want Carmen fanning me, and it happened organically. I didn't even have to steer you towards it.
We didn't have any of the male guests do this, but
yeah. But yeah, no, Rife. Yeah, cool dude. He have you met him?
Nope.
No.
Have you?
No, but I did meet a lady who had an interaction with him, and she said he was a little creepy.
Had a what interaction?
An interaction with him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She said he gave her creepy vibes. But now, I don't want to say that he did anything creepy, because I don't think he did.
Yeah.
I think she was just like, he seemed creepy. But I think that could also translate as like, he didn't say what's up to her because he didn't know her.
Yeah.
So therefore, she's like, he was creepy.
Yeah. I'm creepy after shows, and not like sexually creepy. I'm just so awkward after like talking to regular people. After you're like up there and you're like telling them your deepest, darkest secrets, so they know you don't know them, and they come up with like this weird familiarity, and I'm just already like socially, I don't want to talk to people after shows. I know that I have to for my career, but I don't want to. So what a weird. Do you like talking to people after shows? I can't.
No. Well, so the thing is, I don't mind. I don't necessarily mind talking to people after shows, but the familiarity that they have with me based on my stage persona, I'm not there yet with these people.
Yeah.
And it's hard to let them know that because, you were so vulnerable on stage and they know so much about you.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, that's a performance and I'm me. Like the second I come off a stage, they're like, "Oh, dude, that's circumcision." I was like, "Dude, hey, come on."
Circumcision.
Because I got circumcised when I was 31 and I talk about it on stage. Yeah,
yes.
it's very painful. It sucked. But yeah.
How do you anesthetize a penis?
Well, I think they gave me the option. They said, "Did you want to go local or did you want to go general?" And I was like, I don't want to be awake while you put a needle in my penis and just knock me out. Yeah. Yeah, but I think they just put local anesthesia right in.
They didn't knock you out?
No, they completely knocked me out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then I woke up with a third of me missing.
Wait, what's it like did you wake up and it was still numb?
Oh,
I feel like that'd be...
I woke up to like 4 people like handling it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's a terrible way to wake up. I mean, that's probably a great way to wake up if everything's working. But yeah, there's gauze.
They're just ring tossing on it and stuff.
Yeah. Well, Well, that's the thing. You couldn't have an erection for 3 months or for 3 weeks after it. Well, you shouldn't have an erection. So they would tell you to not. They would tell you to do everything you could to avoid getting
Don't go on your For You Explore page, whatever you do.
Yeah, exactly. So I had to really avoid like sexual thoughts. Like,
What?
Yeah, for 3 weeks.
What?
Because you get conditioned to not have those thoughts. Because the second you get a hard on, a stitch pops, and it's the most painful thing in the world. So you condition yourself not to have those thoughts.
Yeah.
And the only thing I couldn't control was the ones that you get in the nighttime while you're sleeping. So I developed insomnia for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Do you like strap it down? Like, what do you?
I remember I called my doctor. I was like, Doc, is there something you could give me to not get hard? And he's like, no, sorry. I was like, dude, you have a million medications to make it hard. There's got to be something.
We don't have any anti-hard medication. And we should.
Right. Seriously. I think it would take care of a lot of issues.
That would take care of every issue.
Just slip it into every dude's coffee, you know, like at the beginning of the day.
Yeah. Oh my God. That would solve so many world issues. There just wouldn't be war anymore.
No war, no SA, no DV, no nothing. It'll all be done. Just all that pent up sexual frustration. And, but yeah, it was rough. But yeah, so, and I was like, there's got to be, because I know like when you take like hair loss medication, the side effect is impotence. There's got to be something that even has a side effect.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, yeah, but I can't prescribe you something just for the side effect. I was like, that's how Viagra was built. Viagra was a side effect.
That is Viagra. What?
Yeah, it was really, really rough. But
I want to talk about this for the rest of the podcast.
we'll just call this the Uncut podcast.
Well, you guys got 10 minutes left to keep talking about boners and stitches.
Yeah. You ever deal with either one? Or
I thought you were gonna be like, did you ever get a circumcision?
you ever get
but
cut?
when I was younger, no. Ever deal with what?
An uncut versus a cut.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm a huge whore. Yeah, they're all great.
It's great to hear that because some people are like, oh, I've seen an uncut one. It's fucking disgusting.
What? Mm-hmm. It's exactly the same hard A and then B and then it's like I think it's fun.
Right, yeah, you got like that extra like little like thing to.
Yeah, he goes in the sweater more.
Right.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's like peekaboo.
Yeah, you gotta have a spirit of fun. It's a penis. Yeah, it's not a serious thing.
Mm-hmm. And if anything, a hooded penis is a lot less scary than one that's not.
Yeah, he's just in there like, what's up? Come here. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it's like coy. He's like, is it happening? Is it not? You know. Whereas one that's already out, it's like, we're doing this, and it's like, come on, buy me a drink first. But
can I ask why you did it?
Yes, you can.
Do your whole set that you do.
So on stage, I say I was in a relationship for 12 years, and I was running out of gift ideas.
Great.
And her birthday was coming up, and I panicked. So that was.
Do you get to keep the skin?
No, which is messed up because I wanted to. I don't know what I was going to do with it, but I wanted to keep it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Frame
There's
it?
so many options.
Yeah, frame it or turn it into a ring. You know, let it. Yeah. But the doctor had to keep it to prove that I had an infection. Otherwise, insurance wouldn't cover it.
Oh. Yeah, he had to keep it.
Yeah.
For those reasons.
He's probably chewing on it right now. Like a big piece of
Just
taffy.
has a necklace of foreskins.
It's stretched over the last 8 years. But yeah, no. So I got it done because apparently when you have foreskin, you are susceptible to a disease called phimosis, where the skin gets tight and you can't retract it.
Yep.
And it'll tear. You do retract it, and it's very painful.
Yep.
So when I went to the doctor, I was like, hey, I got this thing. He's like, well, the only way to get rid of this for good is by cutting it off.
Wow.
And I was like, really? He's like, yeah. So like an asshole, I didn't question it. I was like, all right, let's do it. Let's get rid of this thing. A week after the operation, I go on Google. Apparently, you could have just got a cream, and it would have went away in 2 days.
What?
Yeah. So yeah, I was really annoyed because, like, first of all, the sexual pleasure you get has gone down like 1,000,000%.
Wow.
I mean, it's still good because you're still having sex.
But it's like condom versus no, or it's kind of like that.
Yeah, it's no. I mean, yeah, it's kind of like condom versus no condom. I'll say that. It's like when I have sex with another person, it feels amazing because you're just having sex. I don't think the skin makes a difference. But I mostly have sex with myself.
Yeah.
You know, and that is nowhere near as good as it used to be.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Interesting. Maybe you get your free time back though.
True. Yes, I am a much more productive member of society since I got circumcised. So
That's crazy though.
yeah, but I will say the blowjobs, those spiked.
Ah.
Yeah, because before, or the surprise blowjobs. Because before it kind of had to be planned. Because, you know, you got the skin, you want to make sure you wash up and everything's all clean and fresh.
This actually explains something that it's just, I was with a guy for a while and he kept going to the bathroom before. That's why.
Yeah, you got to go.
That solves it. That's so obvious.
Yeah, whenever a dude's like, I just need to go freshen up.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
he's doing.
Yeah.
He's pulling the skin back and washing.
Aww. That's
the
nice because I didn't do that.
Well, but
I
see,
was like, damn, whatever. I'll bike over to your house. Fuck you.
yeah, I don't want to get into like a dude and girl thing, but I think maybe that's just think of dudes. Like, we don't care. We'll just go down. Everything's fine. Nothing has ever stopped me. So, but I don't want that to be the reason why she doesn't do it again.
Sure.
So
yeah.
I always made sure it was clean, or I was always like, hey, whenever you're in the mood, just give me a heads up. I'll go wash up real quick because I'm always in the mood.
Yeah.
But ever since the skin was gone, it's really a surprise. It's always a surprise.
Yeah.
I never see it coming.
Yeah.
And then I see it coming.
That's magical.
It is magical. Yes. But that's enough about my penis.
Hear about mine. I definitely have penis envy. I would love to just experience that. Of course. Why wouldn't anyone want that?
I don't know. I think it's more. I think it's
Wouldn't
because.
you want to have like a clit for a day?
Oh,
Just
I'd love
be
to
like,
have a clit for a day. Yeah. Full blown vag, not just the clit, all of it. I want the lips, both sets. I want the whole thing. The hair on the outside, on the inside. I want all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be kind of fun. But I'm telling you, the dick, it's not worth it.
No?
The dick maybe, but you don't want the balls. Well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I didn't really even think about having the balls for a day. I think I would though, because I would just like bop them around and stuff.
Well, actually, it might be interesting because you could see how much it does hurt whenever something just even nicks it.
Wow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd get on the train. I would spread it.
Yes.
I'd be a real spreader.
Yeah, you'd have to.
They're hot. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
because
sweaty. Leave me alone. They get like sticky. I find them fascinating.
yeah, they are. It's funny. I got into a debate about this with my girlfriend about why men spread. It's not because we're man spreading. I think it's because, anatomically that shit hurts if your legs are too close. So you gotta like.
I'm imagining I have balls right, especially if you have like big old ballers.
Oh yeah.
They're like squished and they're like pasted and it's hot and you're sweating in there and you're like trying to get a surprise BJ later and you're like, I gotta air it.
Yeah, you gotta let it air out. Yeah, I'm thinking 2 steps ahead. That's what I'm spreading now. Yeah, she gets it.
I get it.
But yeah. So how are things with you and your boyfriend? Good?
We're broken. No, no, we're great. No, we did play. We're in a basketball league together, and sometimes they make us pair up against each other just because it's entertaining for everyone else.
Okay.
And I get so mad because he's 6'4".
Whoa.
So he's just posting up and like just dunking on me basically, and I feel like an idiot. So I start fouling really hard and stuff. So then I was like, I'm gonna break up. I was mad at him for about an hour. After the game. He made a 3 on me. Fuck that, dude.
Really?
Hate it.
I would think that would like turn you on, or that's like foreplay.
Yeah. I was fine later. It only took like an hour, but no, we're doing great. Aside from him getting that 3 on me, we are great. Yeah.
That's good. That's nice. Is he also a comedian?
He is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was his name?
Corey
Corey
Tyndall. We have a little
Tyndall.
podcast together. You should come on it.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'd love to.
Come, and you'll have to travel for an hour,
Yeah.
15 minutes.
I don't know if you heard that, Eric, but there was some resentment in there.
Yeah.
I am such a bitch whenever, because I love going on podcasts, and then I'm always like, where is it? And it's always in Astoria. And I'm like, okay, I got the L to the G to the 7 to the W to the N.
Oof.
And then a mile walk.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
What part of Brooklyn do you live in?
I'm in Bushwick.
Oh, yeah. That's a bitch.
Yeah. I would have biked, but it's too cold.
It's way too cold.
Yeah.
Next, we'll note this for the next when we get you back. Spring and summer.
Yeah, I'm so sorry for bitching about it. I'm such a complainer.
Well, I mean, did you have anything else going on today?
No.
Okay,
No.
so I don't feel as bad.
Not even a little bit, no. My to-do list was like, find the power cord for your smartwatch or whatever the fuck. I was looking at yours. Yeah. I want to see how many steps I'm doing or whatever.
Well, in that case, you're welcome. And you're going to get the steps to and back.
Yes.
So,
I threw the charger away for sure. I did that thing where you go through the cables and you're like, what are these?
yeah, I'm never going to use this.
Yeah.
And then you just
Put them outside, and then like a week later, there were 3 of them that I had to spend a bunch of Amazon money getting them back. Never throw your cords away.
No.
Never throw your chargers away. It goes to something. The weirder it is, the more it goes to something.
The weirder it is, the more reason to keep it.
Yeah.
Because it's harder to find if you need it again.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I had this one device, and it had like this proprietary cord, this one cord that you could only use on this one device. And I was like, this fucking thing, I'm never going to use this again. And, and I found the cord and I threw it away. Next thing you know, I needed it a week later, and that cord cost $75.
No. It's always a week later. You have it for 15, 16 years.
Yeah.
You're like, what am I doing? You put it outside, it's gone within 30 seconds, and then you need it 3 minutes later.
Yeah, it's like a relationship.
Yeah.
You just put it on the curb, it's gone, and then you're like, fuck, come back.
No, I want to.
Okay, cool. Well, should we talk about some topical stuff, Eric?
The remaining 1 minute.
I think you guys milked it. So if you got any shows or anything coming up, you can.
Yes, but right before that, you had Obama and
Jennifer
Aniston in here,
Yeah.
and that story just popped up recently. But I had heard about that about almost a year ago. Like last summer, I was in LA.
Really?
And people were talking about it, and they were like, there's like a reputable source that says that they're in an open relationship and that they are hooking up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wow. So then there's probably some truth to it.
I think there is some truth to it.
If it's been brewing for a year?
Yeah. And that it's not just now being pushed into the...
I always knew Michelle was Michael.
And
I like the narrative that they're in an open relationship, though.
Are they?
Because I think they are still like a very united front. They like being in their relationship, but they're probably both just like, hey, we're both still like really hot and like very relevant. So why don't we we have the opportunity to hook up with like other hot, famous, rich, cool people? Why wouldn't, I don't know.
So Michelle and Barack have this understanding?
I hope.
Oh yeah.
I think they do, and I hope they do.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, that would be nice, right? Because if a president can have an open relationship, this could socially change how relationships happen moving forward.
Yeah, I think it will shift that way,
Yeah.
or at least it'll be persecuted, and then it'll become like some
Normalized.
people do it and some people don't.
Yeah. Kind of like with Clinton and Lewinsky, right?
No,
At the time, everybody was like, I can't believe she blew him. And now everybody's blowing each other.
Like, what? She's so funny, too. If you see her social media, she's hilarious.
Yeah, she's great. He's funny, too. This guy's always just checking out kids and falling asleep. But
I think anyone who gives and receives a blowjob while they're president and working in the White House, they're going to be funny.
Yeah.
They're going to be kind of inherently goofy, silly people.
But even the story behind the actual blowjob was pretty funny. Like with the cigar, he's like, "Oh, I wanna put my cigar in you," and like that.
And that there was like cum on the dress.
Yeah,
that's so funny.
The whole thing was hilarious.
Yeah.
And then they're talking about this on national television.
Yeah,
And the whole thing was, even as a kid,
Yes.
I don't know how old you were, but I was like,
I was a kid and I was like, what is this?
Yeah,
This
and I
is
was
so
like,
funny.
This is great.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
I remember asking my dad, I was like, why is this a big deal?
Mm-hmm.
Even as a kid, I was like, it's just a blowy. And he was like, I don't know, I guess he lied about it or something. And I was like, whatever, it doesn't I was like, does it hurt his ability to be president? And he was like, no.
If anything,
not
it makes
really.
it better.
Yeah.
Right? He's like thinking clearly now, right? I remember asking my mom about this too. I was like, why does she need to keep the dress? What's on it?
We just needed some like reciprocity. I would have liked there to be a parallel story about Hillary getting eaten out on the table by like just a team of interns.
Oh my God. I can't even imagine the type of faces she'd make if she got eaten out by interns.
Oh, I don't know.
She'd just look angry.
I think she'd have that like super happy.
Yeah. Can you imagine what Hillary Clinton would look like when she comes?
Can't unimagine it.
Yeah.
No, but I'm sure you'll explain to us what that would look like.
It would just be like a hiccup, you know? It'd just be like, that's it.
And just buttons one more up top.
Yeah, just tears it out a little. But
On that note,
Yeah.
on that super topical note about Monica Lewinsky getting a blowjob from Bill Clinton,
Yeah, this was he sent so many
this is gonna get
current articles. And we're
yeah,
just
definitely.
we're like, what about O.J. Simpson? What was that about?
Yeah, I can't wait to clip this and get
hold on, wait. We could probably tie this back to Barack Jennifer Aniston. Hold on, I'll edit. Let's just tie this back. We could probably get a clip out of this.
to make a long story short, Jennifer Aniston talked about it to Jimmy Kimmel. She denied it, and that was about it. Oh, but to add on to it, Michelle didn't go to the inauguration, and she didn't go to the Jimmy Carter's funeral with Obama. So that also added to the drama.
That did look a little sus.
I would hook up with Michelle in a second.
You would?
I think Corey would give me a pass for that.
For Michelle Obama?
I think so.
Objectively speaking, or just
She's so cool.
she's chill, but I mean, if you're gonna use your hall pass, I'd probably use it on someone hot. I
Nope,
don't know.
Michelle.
It's gotta be okay. All right.
Her power would course through me. I would get superpowers from her.
Okay. So you're a demisexual. You see everything, not just. Okay. I'm not to say Michelle Obama's ugly. I just like if you had a choice with anyone.
I mean, I like him like I don't think she's butch, but I do like him a little bit like she's tall, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. I love that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you like height.
I like someone who looks like they can ball. Yeah. When it comes to women in particular, yeah.
Trying to think of a big one. A tall
Any
one.
WNBA player. For
Oh
sure.
yeah, there's some hot ones now.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Now
Where have they been hiding all this
I-
time?
they wear like false eyelashes and stuff on the court, and you're just like, oh damn.
Yeah, big fan of the WNBA now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely shifted over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
'Cause,
A little bit.
Yeah.
Caitlyn popularized it quite a bit, I guess. Yeah.
I know, that white savior.
I know. I was like, dude, it sucks that it had to be, you know, I'm not going to say. If she wasn't white, I don't know if people would be as accepting, and I resent that.
No.
Because there's so many fucking good players
I know.
that could have been,
I
pay
know.
attention to them too. Dude, I love Angel Reese. I love her.
Yeah, no, she's great. But this is opening up like a whole nother
Yeah,
can of
yeah, we
worms
can't
about-
even.
No, but I'm just saying, like, you know, because it's such a male-dominated culture, right? Like, nobody's watching it unless they're physically, objectively attractive.
Oh, yeah. And I think it's less that, I think men would watch. I think, like, they think that other men will judge them for watching something that's not also sexual. Does that make sense? Like, I think you can't be a fan of a woman. I think you're discouraged as men from being a fan of women unless they are hot. Because then people are like, oh, I get it. It's because you want to bang her. But it's like, you could just be a fan of her music and she's butt ugly. Like that kind of thing, you know?
That's true, right?
yeah.
Like, I think I was more of an Adele fan when she got hot. So, and I think that's just toxic male society. You know,
Yeah.
I think that is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never liked Lizzo.
I love Lizzo. I love her so much.
Now, well, you don't like her as much now.
After she got canceled?
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Really?
I'm fine with it.
I think that was like one of the worst cancels. I think that cancel trumps all the other cancels.
What?
Yeah.
I think hers was the least bad of anything that's ever happened to anyone.
But she body shamed people. She body shamed her dancers.
Did she? What'd she do? I also don't think Michael Jackson did it. If we're gonna, let's just fucking go, dude.
No, Michael Jackson did do it, but I still appreciate why he did it. No.
Let's talk the JFK assassination.
Yeah, keep this super relevant.
You guys hear of 9/11?
Wait, are you talking about the upcoming JFK assassination?
Okay.
No, wait, hold on. No, sorry. Wait. No, that's getting
so
juicy.
Yeah, cut the beginning of the podcast and we'll just start here.
I will.
The Lizzo, yeah, she body shamed people. She body shamed dancers for being too big. She didn't want too big dancers as her backup dancers. But you get why.
But also, like, I don't know, body shaming someone versus like sexual assault, and like those people are fine. They're doing fine.
Yeah, no. The sexuals.
Well-
Like
don't get me
who's
wrong.
that guy that just won a Grammy. What just happened? Chris Brown. Like, didn't he just win one? And he's pretty open. He openly was like, yeah, I still beat women. Like,
yeah. And the crazy thing about that is there's women out there who'll comment and be like, I'd get punched by Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that insane?
That's wild.
I also,
like, it's a badge of honor.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also think some of his cases are still like ongoing. Because his cases, I think some of them are ongoing because they always, sometimes they'll pop up like when I'm trying to do the document for the podcast. It's like, talk about Chris Brown. I'm like, what? Didn't he smack her like 15 years ago?
Yeah, and that Rihanna, sorry, I just have to add money to my car. Otherwise, I'm going to get a ticket.
Shit. Anyway, but to add to the Lizzo thing, there was a claim of sexual assault. Or no, it was...
Oh, was it because she brought them to a strip club and they considered that or something like that?
She won a key ruling in her ongoing legal battle with a stylist who claimed she was subjected to racial and sexual harassment and a hostile work environment by members of the singer's management team.
I'm going to go no.
It's not even Lizzo. It was
go with
the manager.
I wouldn't say that's in the same category as jerking off in front of people who have no choice but to watch it. Yeah.
Great.
Also,
another super topical. Let's talk Louis.
Okay, you know what? Well, keeping it topical. So, did you hear about this lady that went to Pakistan to marry?
Only from this.
Oh, really?
From you telling me.
Oh, okay. Did you
Hilarious.
look up any clips?
No, I didn't read it.
Oh,
wait, tell me. I wanted to be surprised.
So funny. Yeah. So this woman from New York, 36-year-old woman from New York. Flies to Pakistan because she met this 19-year-old kid online.
Does she know he was 19 as well?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe so. She flies to Pakistan to meet this kid. The kid meets her, but then the parents do not accept her at all. They reject her because she's fucking batshit.
Yeah.
And then instead of leaving, she camps out outside his house for days. Media starts following her. She starts getting media attention, and she starts getting like press conferences going and starts telling people that she won't leave even though her visa's expired and her passport's expired. She won't leave, and she's demanding $100,000 to fix up Pakistan, to fix up the whole country. And the figure changes every single press conference. She's like, I need $5,000 to fix up Pakistan, and then it's I need $20,000 to fix up Pakistan, and now it's $100,000 to fix up Pakistan.
Fix? What does she mean fix?
Oh, she claims that like it's unfit, like this place is gross and trashy, and she wants to fix it up with $100,000.
Basically, she's
with $100,000. That's not enough.
Yeah,
she's stranded there, so she wants it to look nice. Pretty much is the
gross. What a bitch. She can't get back here?
I think they want to kick her out, but she's not leaving.
Wow.
Yeah. And like you laughed about it, $100,000. It just sounds like she's in debt.
Yeah.
And she's like,
she's trying to do like a GoFundMe, and she.
Yeah. But I think it's ridiculous that her GoFundMe is, I need $100,000 to fix up a nation.
Yeah.
A whole nation.
This should cover it.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a pedophile, and I need $20 to
expunge this off my record. But it's sad though, because her kids in New York, I think they just came out and said that she has a history of like mental disorders and stuff.
Of course.
Yeah, for sure.
Once you take a look at her eyebrows, you know what's happening.
Yeah, those are definitely some special brows.
Oh, she has some you're mentally ill eyebrows? So they're like super overplucked and thin and like wild?
I don't think they're real. It's like her face is, she's powdered up, and then the eyebrows
and they're drawn on?
Yeah.
And they're like too high?
Yes.
Yeah. Isn't it weird we all knew exactly?
Yeah. Mentally unfit eyebrows. They're tight.
Yeah. I will snap on you. Eyebrows.
Yeah. I haven't seen anybody who could pull them off though. I've yet to meet people who can pull off those.
Weird that eyebrows took such a like cultural thing where everybody's threading them and taking them off, drawing them back on again and stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I never thought this was something I would do, and I don't do it on my own. But my girlfriend makes me go get my eyebrows done, like once every 6 months.
You go to an eyebrow salon?
What?
Wait, what? Do you go to one?
Yeah.
And do what? Just
I don't know. They pluck it, tame it, and
She's like, what are you paying for?
yeah, she's looking at them. She's like, you should get your money back. I don't know. They pluck it, they tame it, they wax around it to make sure everything's all aligned and stuff.
that's fun. Maybe I should do that. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's a little painful, but
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm sure as a lady, you've been through a lot worse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just pluck. I pluck the stray ones that come down here.
Okay,
Yeah.
but see,
Yeah.
you don't have a problem where they turn into professor eyebrows. Mine do.
Oh yeah. If they get really long, that's pretty rare. I'll just like trim.
Yeah. I look like
Professor Eyebrows.
Yeah,
Just heard that.
I look like fucking Eugene Levy. Like they get super bushy. So yeah, I got to keep them in check. But but it's so funny. Like when you would think I would be more on top of these things when I'm single, right? But when I was single, I didn't care about any of this shit,
No.
and I don't think it mattered.
Yeah.
But now that I'm in a relationship, my girlfriend's always pointing out all these little things like, hey, you should probably get your eyebrows fixed, or your ass is too hairy, you should
Don't
wax
like
it.
that.
And
I feel like it's the opposite. Whenever I'm with a guy and I'm like, oh, are you doing this, this, and this? You don't have to do that. Do whatever you want. Because I don't want them to be like, you have to shave your legs. Like, it goes both ways.
Right.
Where I'm like, I choose whether I do that or not. You don't get to have a preference sexually for hairless legs. That wasn't even a thing until like 30 years ago.
True.
You know?
Yeah. Well, that's probably why it wouldn't work out between us. But big fan of the smooth leg. But there's also give and take. I like Kate's legs to be shaved, and she likes my ass to be hairless, and so I get waxed. I get the Brazilian. I do the back. I do all that stuff.
Are you getting your ass eaten?
No, she wants to very bad.
Let her in.
Let her in. No, I've seen what comes out.
Yeah, but
There's
you
nothing
just take a
going-
shower, do a little bidet, and then let her in.
I tried not with her mouth. I let her do some hand stuff once.
Yeah.
And I think she got a little too far in.
Yeah,
And,
that can be, that's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
Because we just assume it's like a vagina, and we're like, whatever, and it's like, nah, it's pretty, yeah.
Yeah, there's depth.
You
depth.
need a lot of lube, it's tight, yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
corridors, there's just a lot more going on.
Yeah, so she hit a button I didn't like. And it was, it's like that, like a nuclear plant. There's like that red button you gotta hit.
Yeah.
Otherwise everything's gonna explode.
Yeah.
She hit that button, and I didn't like it at all. And ever since then, no butt play.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she's always like, "Hey, turn around, let me eat your ass." I'm like, "Hey,
Yeah.
I just came back from the gym. This is, like."
She wants to eat it after the gym? Okay, she's a real one.
Also-
She is a real one. She's gross.
Yeah.
Did you say-
she's gross?
Did you say turn around?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Why? How would she eat my ass if I'm facing her?
It's usually like
Legs
a
over.
frog situation.
Yeah, frog.
But I would still have to be facing away from her.
No.
I feel like it's hotter for a guy to be on all fours than frog. There's something about frog that's like, I'm not gonna say like, it's something. I don't know how to describe it.
Have you eaten
It's
a dude's
too
ass?
silly. I've eaten ass, yeah.
You've eaten a dude's ass?
Yeah.
Yeah? How was that?
Yeah, I thought I would not like it, but if it's clean,
Yeah,
it really does have to be clean.
right. But there's such a short
It's pretty
window of
easy
cleanliness.
No, it's pretty easy to clean, and you can even like get in there with a finger a little bit, but like, as long as because I'm not going inside with my mouth.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're just staying on the outskirts.
Yeah. And there's just like a lot of little nerve endings down there, so
And it enhances the whole situation?
yeah.
I'll give it
It
a shot.
enhances the whatever you're doing to the.
Yeah.
Try it once, maybe when
maybe.
you're drunk or something.
Yeah,
I'm,
maybe.
Like, encouraging.
If it happens, babe, you could thank her.
Report back on the next episode.
I'll give it a shot. We'll see.
Please report back.
I mean, it is freshly waxed. Everything's ready to go.
Yeah.
I just
yeah. Now is the time. You don't want it when it's like just getting that sharpness back. It starts to stab at your tongue.
Right.
Like
It acts like floss.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Somebody said that to me recently. It's the second time I've heard it in a week
Really?
ever in my life. Yeah.
Ass hair floss.
I said something on stage about pubic hair or something, like a spiky thing, and the guy was like, "Yeah, like floss your teeth," and I was like, "What?"
Yeah. That's. I mean, whenever it gets a little it gets a little lengthy. My girlfriend's like, listen, I want to do one thing down there. I don't want to do two. I don't want to blow you and floss at the same time.
Okay, yeah, I like her. That's awesome.
But yeah, no, the ass stuff, I'll give it a shot. I'll let you know. I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to be a fan of it. My face the whole time is just going to be like this.
Yeah, if you're not a fan of it, you're not a fan of it. And don't do it if you think you're not going to.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's, and the thing is, I'm a big bidet guy. I only use bidets. You know, I shower twice a day on the days I go to the gym. So I'm fairly clean, hygienically, but just, you know, mentally, I know what comes out of there.
Yeah.
I know what goes in here.
Yeah.
Like, I'll eat halal cheesesteaks. I'll eat the stuff that'll wreck your ass, you know? And I don't want to do that to her. And,
Anyway, Carmen, you got any shows?
I have an ass eating contest coming up. I am shows. Yes. When does this come out?
This comes out
tomorrow.
What the? Oh my God.
We're a well-oiled machine here.
Well-oiled operation.
Oh my God. I am in Torrington, Connecticut on Valentine's Day.
Ooh.
I'll be in Denver in March. Or not Denver, like all over Colorado in March, but also Denver. Vermont Comedy Club, April 11th and 12th. Those are the ones I'm most excited about.
Nice.
At carmenlagala.com for all dates, and Sweet Batch on YouTube. Please watch it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's up those numbers to 167.5, baby.
167.5, let's go.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah.
Where can they find you, Raj?
Well, thank you for asking. I don't know. I got a lot of. So I work with another comedian where I follow him as a videographer. So I'm going to be in Hawaii, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and but I'm not performing.
Who do you follow at all those places?
Jeff Arcuri.
Oh my God! Wow, what a tour!
Yeah.
You don't get on stage for those?
No.
What the fuck, dude?
That's how I know Matt Backus, because he's Jeff's opener. Yeah.
I'm gonna have some words.
I love how that's everyone's
question. Because you have to have the camera the whole time?
Well, I'm hired as a videographer to film the set, so I'm his video guy. I'm not a comic on this tour. But it is soul sucking.
Yeah.
Because
just throw me like a 5 spot.
I know.
5 minutes,
I can't find it in me to ask. I think it's weird because he hired me for one thing.
I get that.
Yeah.
Maybe you just like casually slip it, or like hire a friend. Like if I were there, I'd be like, oh, why don't you have him go up? I do that. I love doing that.
Right. Maybe
it's my favorite thing to be like,
Matt.
hey, I want this person. Have this person go up. What are we doing?
Yeah. You know what? Talk to Matt. Tell Matt to slip it in with Jeff. Yeah. And then I'll take Matt's job.
Or what
He's
if
not my roommate anymore? But
what if Jeff paid you with time?
No.
Okay.
Now the money's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, and Jeff knows I'm a comedian. But once again, they hired me as video, so it's a hard situation. But it sucks, like, because to the average person, they're like, oh my God, that's awesome. He's taking you to Australia and Japan and blah blah blah. But to me, I'm like, I want to be on that stage. This is like the most soul sucking thing in the world.
God, you get to watch like the best audiences ever.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Can you like sneak off and do your own thing sometimes though?
Maybe. I think maybe while I'm in Australia, I have a couple of days where I'm not filming him.
Great.
So I'll try to get on some shows during that. And I think I'm in Tokyo for 1 day longer than he is.
Okay.
So I'll try to get on some stuff out while I'm out there.
Do it.
Yeah. And then I'm going to go to Thailand for a week. So I'll definitely try to get on some stuff out there.
Are there Thai shows?
There's a lot of expats in Bangkok.
Cool.
So hopefully my humor will translate. I mean, I talk about my dick and my ass.
Yeah.
That's pretty universal.
That's universal.
Yeah.
We all have those. We all have dicks and asses.
But yeah. So in terms of shows, though, I run a monthly, Holy Hand Grenade Comedy. It's at Industry City, which is
really far from where I live.
which is so hard for her to wrap her head around that I run the show, and I will be on Laughing Lussie on February 21st. It's an all Indian show, so unfortunately, if you're not brown, you can't be on it. And
not even as an audience member.
Yeah, exactly. You won't get it. You can come, but you won't get it. And then luckily, I just started getting spots at QED. I've been living in Astoria for a year, and I just started getting spots at QED. Yay. So that'll be fun. But yeah, other than that, nothing crazy. I am shooting a special. I haven't picked the date yet, but it's looking like May.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Shooting a special, and hopefully it kickstarts my career as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Once you set a date, that's when it all starts. Then you force yourself into motion.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
exciting. In New York?
Yep.
Nice.
Well, either New York or Philly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Both good.
But yeah, so thank you, Carmen, so much for being on the podcast. It was so fun having you on it.
Thank you so much for having me on the podcast.
Yeah, you can keep that leaf. It's
Thank
all you.
It's mine.
Should we just have?
Are like, what the hell are you talking about?
We'll have Carmen
Holding
sign
a
that.
fake leaf.
Yeah, why don't you sign the leaf and we'll stick it up on the wall.
have-
and that'll be our thing.
We'll have all of our guests come in and sign it.
But yeah, thank you, Carmen, so much for being on it. Eric, a pleasure as always. The producer of the show, the brains behind all of this.
The brains behind this 50-minute podcast that ended up being an hour and 20.
Well, that's a good sign, right? If the podcast goes over, that means there's something there. If we cut it off at 30 minutes, then that'd be a shitty ass guest.
It's an analytics thing. What do you want me to do?
I'll cut it. Don't you worry. There's all that pedophile sexual assault.
No, we got to keep it all.
All right. But yeah, thank you so much, Carmen. It was awesome.
Thank you.
And thank you guys, all 16 of you. And we'll catch you next week.
Later.
All right. Bye.
What if my hand was a leaf?
Did you?
I got that.
Okay.